Self-sabotage is a really big problem. You might not quite understand exactly what it is right now, but I'm here to educate you and I'm here to help you avoid it. First things first, self-sabotage, it isn't random. It's a frequency issue. Self-sabotage often feels like an invisible wall that we keep running into. We set goals, we declare our intentions, begin taking steps towards a good change, and then out of the middle of nowhere, we hit a block. Then we begin to procrastinate. We might avoid a phone call. We might push away support. We skip a meeting and scroll instead of act or say yes when we're meant to say no. It might seem like laziness, fear, or a lack of discipline, but in reality, these actions, they aren't random. They're deeply patterned. And at its core, self-sabotage is a frequency problem. When we begin to level up, improve emotionally, financially, spiritually, professionally, we start to shift out of the energy we've lived in for years. We stretch the past identity we've known. And while this expansion may seem exciting intellectually, our nervous system doesn't always interpret it that way. It begins to panic. And it's not because we're broken, not because we lack ambition or strength. It's because the body is wired for familiarity, and for many of us, survival is what feels familiar. Think about it. If you spent most of your life in environments where you've had to hustle to be heard, people to please, people to keep safe, dim your light to be accepted, or constantly stay on guard for disappointment, then thriving can feel foreign. Joy can feel suspicious. Peace can feel boring, and even success can feel unsafe. So the body, loyal to what it already knows, resists the unfamiliarity. And unfamiliarity is what it thrives on. This is why when you're on the brink of change, your system might start to short circuit. You procrastinate. You ghost that big opportunity. You skip the gym, even though movement helps your mind. You binge watch shows instead of finishing that project that could change your life. Does any of this sound familiar? I know I'm guilty of it too. Now, this isn't because you don't want success, but it's because part of your energy is still tethered to the version of the you that only knew survival. Here's a real life example. Let's say you've always lived paycheck to paycheck. Money was tight growing up, and you learned that financial security wasn't guaranteed. Now you've started a business and things are finally improving. But the more money you make, the more anxious you feel. So unconsciously, you begin to overspend. You undercharge your services, you forget to invoice a client. This isn't random. Again, it's your nervous system trying to drag you back to that frequency of scarcity because that's where it knows how to operate. Imagine this. You're finally in a healthy relationship after years of toxic ones. Now you start picking fights over nothing. You withdraw emotionally when things become too calm. Again, not random, just your system struggling to trust a new emotional environment. So, what can you do? Here's the shift. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. The next time you feel yourself pulling back from something you know is good for you, don't spiral. Don't shame yourself. Don't label yourself as lazy, undisciplined, or not ready. You know that voice in your head? That's not the truth. That's trauma. Pause. Breathe. Ground yourself. Recognize that this discomfort is just a message from your old self, the part of you that learned to survive by playing small, staying hidden, and bracing for disappointment. Here's the truth. You're not that person anymore. Let me repeat that. You are not that person anymore. You can thank those survival patterns for keeping you alive. They served you one at a time, but now you're ready to live. That's right. And living, truly thriving, will feel scary at first. It will feel like a risk, but growth always does. So choose differently, even if it feels a little unnatural. Listen, when you notice yourself sabotaging, pause, just pause, and make one small different choice. Answer the email, go to the meeting, say yes to the opportunity, say no to the chaos, take a walk, hit send, let yourself be seen. You don't have to wait until you are fearless. Healing isn't about eliminating fear, it's about moving forward with fear, showing your body that it's safe to grow. Now, you're not living in the past anymore. This is how you rewire your destiny, movement by movement, choice by choice, pattern by pattern. Not with force, but with gentleness, awareness, and the radical act of believing that you are allowed to thrive. Listen, if you're on a mission to grow, heal, or rise, hit that subscribe button because this space is for you. And we will walk this path together because if you can think it, you can dream it. And if you can dream it, you can accomplish anything. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again.